Hello everyone. Let's look at this question. This is from June 2014, variant 1-2. The question says the reflex angle theta is such that cosine of theta is k, where k lies between 0 and 1. Now the very first thing that I should underline is that we are dealing with a reflex angle and cosine of this angle is positive. Not only k is positive, it's also a fraction because it lies between 0 and 1. Now, if I draw a diagram and I'll show the four quadrants, first, second, third, and fourth, they are labeled anti-clockwise. And cosine is positive in the first and in the fourth quadrant. A reflex angle is an angle that lies between 180 degrees all the way till 360 degrees. But are we talking about the third quadrant or are we talking about the fourth quadrant? That depends on the sign of cosine, which is positive. Since cosine is positive in the fourth quadrant, so we are dealing with a reflex angle, but this reflex angle lies between 270 and 360 degrees. Now, once this is determined, let me draw a triangle. So I'm drawing just a triangle, a right angle triangle that is. And let me label this angle as theta. This is 90 degrees. This is the opposite side of theta. This is the adjacent side of theta. And opposite to 90 degrees is the hypotenuse. Since cosine of theta equals to k, k can be written as k over 1. Therefore, k is the adjacent side and 1 is the hypotenuse. So therefore, let me replace this adjacent by k. Let me replace this hypotenuse by 1. And now we have to find the value of the opposite side. So let's apply Pythagoras theorem. And once we apply this theorem, we would say 1 square, which is hypotenuse square, equals to adjacent square, which is k square, plus opposite square. So 1 is equals to k square plus opposite square. And I need some more space. So therefore 1 minus k square is opposite square. Therefore opposite is the square root of 1 minus k square. That is what we get. Now if I look at this diagram, can I write the value of sine theta? Yes, sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is 1 minus k square square root divided by hypotenuse 1. Yes, I'll be assigning the positive negative sign a little bit later on. Similarly, what is tangent of theta? That is opposite over adjacent. Opposite is 1 minus k square under root divided by adjacent, which is k. Now we are dealing with the fourth quadrant. And only cosine is positive in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, I'll give a negative sign to sine of theta. I'll give a negative sign to tangent of theta, and that's how it's written. Now, the first part, inclusive of these two parts, is done. I have found an expression in terms of k for sine theta and tangent theta. Now, let's focus on part 2. Explain why sine 2 theta is negative for the same range of value of k. So now let me underline it a bit. Why sine 2 theta is negative? Now first of all, remember we have determined that theta lies in the fourth quadrant. So let me write it down. We know from part 1 that theta lies between 270 degrees and 360 degrees. 2 theta will lie between 2 times 270 degrees, which is 540 degrees, and 2 times 360 degrees, which is 720 degrees. So this is the range of value of 2 theta. Now let's draw a graph and let's plot this range of values of 2 theta. So this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, and let me draw from 0 till 360 degrees. I'm interested in 540, I'm interested in 720. Let me add 90 more, that is 450 degrees. Let me add 90 more, that is 540 degrees. Let me add 90 more, that is 630 degrees. And let me add 90 more, that is 720 degrees. So now my focus is on the third quadrant. My focus is on the fourth quadrant. So basically 2 theta lies in either the third quadrant or the fourth quadrant. Now in these two quadrants, sine is negative. So sine is negative in the third, sine is negative in the fourth quadrant. That answers this question, that sine of 2 theta will be negative. Why? Because the angle 2 theta lies between 540 and 720, which is from third all the way till fourth quadrant. So that's how a question related with the basic concept of trigonometry is done and dusted.